Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. For all you oldie goldies, thank you. Nice to see you again. And for all you newbies, I hope you'll stay and maybe look at all the other things that we do on the channel. It's a wee community, so feel free to join in. There's loads of lovely people here. Now, today I'm going to be quite intense with yous about thinking out with the box. This video essay as such is called What Other Beings or Phenomena Should We Be Aware of as Our Third Eye Opens? Now, this essay will be available on my KoFi site for supporters if you want to download it. But we need to talk. You know, when our third eye is opening, people are like, oh, you know, I could sense maybe a spirit in the room, or I've had a flash of the past or whatever. And sometimes they'll say, I thought I saw the outline of lights or orbs or whatever, but nothing, it's not really discussed the phenomena and the types of beings that we could be shocked to see when our third eye is open. And we are evolving, and there's a wave of stronger consciousness towards spirituality. And I actually think that makes the other beings more likely to want to show themselves. So I'm going to alert you to some of them. Now, again, you know, if you read the essay, you'll find that I'm only talking about the beings or the phenomena that I personally have had a connection with or have seen. Now, that might shock some of you when I talk about these beings, but remember I said I would be authentic, and that there'd been a lot of different things that had happened to me over the last 3 years that have led me to be more open to talking about other beings that are not just like spirits of the dead or things. So I've got some notes here, but I'm just going to be keeping to them a little bit. So if you feel that you're opening up, if you feel your third eye is opening up, if you feel you're getting glimpses of stuff, you may well progress to actually seeing things. And if you don't know what you potentially might be seeing, you could label it as something else, or you could be scared of it, or you might just not be clear because it doesn't feel like what you've thought maybe a spirit or, you know, some sort of light energy should feel like. So I might not be making great sense in this introduction, but basically I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot, and sometimes I've been frightened by what I saw initially. Sometimes I've been shown little bits of things and then they've built up to show me the full being, which has been great. And that also has given me time to figure out exactly what the beings were, although some beings have actually told me what they were, and one of them I'm going to tell you about further on, which completely floored me for weeks last year. No, the year before. No, last year. So let's go on with it. So your third eye is opening. You're becoming more clairsentient. You're opening up. You're evolving. What type of beings could you glimpse or see and need to understand are potentially there for you to see? Now, the first thing is spirits of people who have passed, spirits of dead people. Now, mediums can see or hear or connect through different aspects. Some mediums can clearly see a spirit, some medium looking behind you to where my spirit channel is when I'm saying that, but and they can communicate. Clairvoyants can sometimes see outlines of spirits as well, but they wouldn't say they're necessarily mediumistic, because I think mediumistic is more about being a channel, whereas the clairvoyance is clear sight. So you can be a medium and a clairvoyant. You can be a medium or a clairvoyant, and you can be both at the same time. which is the way I work. So everybody's heard of, oh, I think I saw a spirit, or, you know, I'm opening up more, and did I see this person at my window, or did I see someone down the corridor, or, you know, there's that sort of aspect of seeing spirits. And more people are being opening up to see spirits. Now, the aspect of ghosts can be spirits that sort of haunt or inhabit certain areas, and they too are beings. But what sometimes people see as ghosts are actually electromagnetic imprints, memories of the person, or even a spirit that's haunted a place. You know, if people are saying that they see you know, a ghost that walk the same sort of, say, ramparts of a castle in the same way and at the same time, maybe that's necessarily not going to be a ghost, but maybe an imprint of the energy. So although I would say spirits of the dead are beings, ghosts are beings, but the imprint aspect isn't so much a being, although if you're opening up you may still see it and think it's a being. So we can go maybe into that more. So that's the first thing that everybody tends to know, that if you're opening up you might well see spirits. Next one, angels. Angels, yes, everything I talk about I've seen. Never really truly opened up about stuff. I have in some of my books, but not really on video. But I think I'm 5-6 years on YouTube now, so I may as well tell. Angels. I've seen a few angels. One I describe, well, all of them I describe as magnificent and majestic. One of them was truly awesome. I mean, I literally had my head down, almost peeking at it, because it made me full of awe. It was huge. Its illumination was so different from what I could ever have thought imaginable. It glowed a yellow amber gold, and it was huge. Its wingspan would have been amazing if it opened its wings. So that one for me was, I don't know if I want to see one of them again. To be honest, that was it. After I'd seen it, I walked about like mouth open, like, oh. And for a long while it was like, not so sure, not so sure. And those of you that really, you know, enjoy the aspect of angels, use angel oracle cards or whatever, might be shaking their head at me at the moment. But I know what I felt. It was an amazing being. It was a giving and compassionate and wonderful being. But oh my God, it was scary. I'll be honest with you, because I used to, you know, read for people and they say, I'd love to see an angel, and I'm like, really? You think you want to see an angel? Fair enough, Nelly, this is work. No, come on, down, go. So, angels, you could be opening up more and you could actually see an angel. I've seen other angels that weren't quite as massive and intense as my awesome angel. And obviously, you know, that was fine, that was okay. Because I'd had my mind blown first by the awesome angel. So anyway, angels, now deities. Now, I read things of people that have seen Jesus, people that have seen, have a darshan from a Hindu god or goddess, all sorts of connections, people feeling the energy and seeing the outline of maybe goddess Isis's headdress or whatever, the saints seeing Mary, etc. all religions and all cultures have reports of people seeing deities. Um, Again, I've been truly honoured to be in the presence of um, three energies, three deities that I'm devotee to. Um, and I've had people come to me that have said, I really felt that I saw this deity or whatever. Now, yes, we've got people out there that have really, really amazing imaginations and they want to see a deity so much that they can almost make it happen in their mind. But I'm not talking about that. And good God, these people are not bad people. They're possibly just desperately needing that connection. So taking that out of the situation, because I don't want to, I'm not calling these people liars or anything like that. These are people that have a sense of what they saw and it would help them. So what's the harm? But the people who have truly been in the presence of a deity, a lot of the times they don't talk about it because they're concerned they might be seen as some sort of fraud or some sort of mad person or whatever. And so you'll hear actually more people talk about seeing angels than deities, even though they may pray more or be devoted to deities more so than angels, if you see what I mean. So if you are strongly, strongly, strongly devoted to a deity and your third eye is opening, you might not see them all. You might not see all of them, but you could feel or sense a shift in energy, maybe on your altar or maybe out the corner of your eye. And bit by bit, there is a chance that that deity will let you see them looking at you, which in Hindu is called dasam, for the Hindu deities, where you actually see being seen by goddess, and that's an amazing thing. So deities, be aware of it. It's more rare than maybe seeing a family spirit or whatever, but it's still a potential. Right, energy beings and light beings. These are things like orbs, spears of light, shards of light, the discarnate kind of energy that looks like almost like in Scotland you would know, like almost the negative of midges in a swarm. Sort of instead of black midges in a swarm, you've got white, sometimes amber. These are becoming more and more seen by people who are opening up, and indeed they can be seen in videos and films, camera photos. For a long time I've had people send me their photos with maybe kids with orbs around their heads or whatever, and I'm very thorough. I will be like, no, that's dust, no, that's just the way the light's shining. I'm very, very honest, but a lot of the times it's like, oh my god, that's just orbs, it's just orbs, or it's some sort of light energy. Be prepared to, maybe even if you're opening up, that's maybe the starter of the beings that you might see and then progress onwards. Right, ancestors. Ancestors are the ancients of our peoples, from many, 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 many centuries, millennia back. They hold so much wisdom of being more of a sort of elemental human as such. And by that, I don't mean elemental as in elementals, but they hold the knowledge of humans without necessarily technology or this or religion or whatever. Those ancestors have a very natural knowledge, and if we see them and connect with them, it's just a total honour, and it makes things seem, it can make you feel very small, and like your time on this earth is limited. But then knowing that you can connect with the ancients, the ancestors, can make us know that the human soul is on many journeys, and it can really take away any fear of death or being nothing as such when you do pass on. So seeing ancestors, they normally present themselves as very, very old beings, but not all the time, not all the time. And I've got something to say on that, because I don't see myself as, although I'm 60 soon, I don't see myself as being very, very old as such. So following on from ancestors, we have future beings. Now, what are future beings? They're basically us as humanity far, far into the future. And these are the ones I've never really talked about. And these are the ones that have been part of my journeying and my understanding for the last couple of years, maybe 2 to 3 years. I'm not saying too much about them because they're going to be part of my book whenever the big book of all the Colette stuff comes out, maybe in a year. And to be honest, one of the reasons I don't want to say anything too much is that it's still ongoing. I still am garnering things, and I'm actually noting it down. So, but what I will say to you is they are amazing. They are amazing. I keep away from doing any research or whatever, because I don't want to, oh, I thought they would look like that or whatever, and they don't look like what you would maybe think they look like. But to me, they are amazing creatures, and I've journeyed with them and they've journeyed with me. Now, what I would say, the thing that made me realise that I wanted to understand more from them is after about 4 or 5 journeys, I found the courage to say, who or what are you? I didn't know what they were. They were kind of humanoid and whatever, and they were showing me things that I'd never seen in this life before or whatever. But they said, I said, what are you? Who are you? And one of them turned to me and she said, you're my ancestor. I was like, oh, what? And before I even had a chance to think about it, I was straight back in my body, away from the journey, because it blew my mind. And I was kind of walking, I am their ancestor. And then I thought, well, they were my ancestors, and I look to them, and I want to know about them. So why shouldn't future beings want to know about us? So, but that's an all big section of a book to come, and that's why when this video essay goes up on KoFi, it will be under the grouping of supporters only. It's not one that I want out there, because it is going to be part of a book. And the supporters who buy maybe coffees or whatever, it doesn't matter if it's a year or two ago, as long as the support's registered, you can access this. And as I say, I'd love to give it out for everybody, but it's very dependent on what sort of contract or where the book goes. So I'm keeping it to a small group of supporters, but mostly everything else on KoFi shop will be free and just given away, but there will be some things that are maybe time sensitive to what's going on. But have a wee look, because you might find something that you like, and if you want to support me, the link's down below. So just think you are someone's ancestor from the future. Well, you're from their past. There we go. So future beings, oh, what a journey that's been. And let's see if we get any people unsubscribing. Right, let's see, we'll move on. This is going to be quite a long video. Elemental spirits. I've done a whole video on elemental spirits. They're the earth elementals, the water elementals, the wind, air elementals, and I've forgotten which one I've gone. Air, earth, fire. Oh, forget the fire ones, poor salamanders. I'll link the video in the description down below for the elementals video, because it's a full video on what you can expect from them, where you can glimpse them, etc., and a few wee insights about the elementals that live down our lane. I'd only ever seen one earth elemental before I moved to the country rurally, to live rurally, and this place is, in a good Scottish word, it's poaching with them, but it's very old kind of land, and it is beautiful to see them. So click on either, it'll be a card up above, or if I forget, it'll be in the description box. But elementals are probably the ones that might freak you out a wee bit, particularly the earth elementals, because they are so different. You know, they are, even their energy is different, the way that the mischievous side of them is different. So I hope you'll go and see that video. Right, ETs and non-earth beings. Don't think scary alien type videos and horror films or whatever. If you see an ET, you'll know. What I would say is that the horror films and whatever are more, I don't know, scary, but within my understanding and knowledge, they're more like us than not. That's the way I put it. They are more like us than not. And in this massive universe, it would be difficult to think that we're the only beings in that whole place. That wouldn't be fair of the creator to give this whole space and have everybody crushed onto one planet. There's more out there, and again, when you open your third eye, you may see them. Now, it's not that they're necessarily invisible or whatever, it's just you could be very closed off to them, or they may present themselves more in a third eye, or a way that you'd only see them if they knew that you were open. So ETs and non-earth beings, animal allies and totem spirits. The totem animals that we have to guide us and help us do show themselves, maybe when you have finally understood that they are your animal allies. There's a lot of lead up to it. There's a lot of little pushes and shoves before you realise that you think everywhere you look there's a wolf or a picture of a wolf or whatever. What I loved, I've had my main animal ally for many years. In fact, it's in my Clairvoyant Memoirs book. She was actually around me when I was maybe about 6, 7. That's the first time I remembered seeing her. Now, she's a panther, so she can look pretty scary. But the interesting thing is, there've been a few clients that have come to see me when I was maybe reading from home out with the shop, and a few clients actually saw and said, why is there a big black cat behind you, or why is there a panther in the room? And that completely, it gave me great joy. And I felt that my spirit ally was not showing herself for me at that point. She was showing herself so that someone would see her, and I could then recognize that and help them in their own journey. But there's so many books out there on animal totems. I love Animal Speak by, oh, I've forgotten his name now. I'll put it down in the description box below. Ted Andrews. It's an old book now. Still would never let it off the bookcase. It's fantastic. So you may be ready to meet your spirit ally animal. So there you go. My spirit guides. I've seen White Storm. He's been with me since I was born, so I see him almost really quite solid and quite there. Some people I know see their spirit guides more as an outline or more in their mind's eye. But be prepared that if you are evolving spiritually and you're on a spiritual path, the chances are that you will have spirit guide, and it's up to you to allow yourself to be open enough and not scared to allow them to give you the help and the wonder that they can bring to your life. So then we have unknown supernatural beings. So I know the ones I've talked about, I can explain about them, but who knows what else is there. I mean, like, we have no idea to the vastness of supernatural beings that could be there, that, you know, you or I, in maybe future lives, say 20,000, 30,000 years down the line, we could be seeing these beings and understanding them then. But in this life, we wouldn't understand them, so we might sense that there's something about it, we can't quite grasp it. And that's because it's unknown to us, either individually or as a humanity itself. So that doesn't mean you have to not open up now, okay? So many of you are at the stage where you're seeing some spirits, you may be seeing what you think is an elemental, and there's so much more that you might be seeing but not able to understand or acknowledge, and that's why I did this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that in many ways it gives you knowledge of where you can be, and please know that everything I've said has been based on my own experiences, because that's all I can talk about really, is my own experiences. The other things I can let you know about and maybe teach or whatever, but I would let you know that, well, I'm teaching this but I've never experienced it. But in today's video and in the video essay that will be up in KoFi, I definitely have had personal connection, so that I'm able to talk to you honestly. And I hope that you like that, and I hope that you may want more insights into things that we've not traditionally talked about in the channel for a while, or at all. Anyway, if you like, this is going in under a conversation with Colette Clairvoyant. Get back to me if you want to talk about anything. If there's something you think you've perceived but you're not sure, comment. You know, I love reading the comments and I get back to as many as I can. So please, please, please interact, or I'll be sitting looking at the comments and going, oh, nobody liked that video. I'm not doing that again. So anyway, please remember to subscribe and hit the wee bell notification, because I do put photos and stuff about random life in my community tab, and you can only access that, if I believe, if you've hit the bell as well. So thank you for being with me in this video essay, and I look forward to hearing what you think about it. Many blessings now.